Warmest Blessings. This is Mastershamanpalichee, and today we are doing a pick an oracle reading. So if you haven't, go down and pick 1, 2, or 3, whichever group you feel drawn to, and click on that time stamp. If you haven't already, go out and like, subscribe, and click on that notification button so that you can have access to more of these videos. All right, so let's get into group 1. This is going to be for group 1's oracle reading, or shamanic soul reading, I call it, and see what it is that is coming into you or that you need to know right now. So let's see here. A personal issue reaches resolution. So this is one of the first cards that comes in for you, group 1. There seems to be some kind of a personal issue that you may be having to deal with right now, or having to make a decision in this personal um, solution, or this personal issue that's going on. You will have this solution that will come in pretty soon here, or fairly soon here. There seems to be some kind of a needing for nurturing or emotional protection right now that you're going through. We also have the Ace of Clover. And what this also tells me here, along with this other card that is being pulled, that I had a feeling to pull this, the Five of Hearts. And seeing these two things come out, I know that it's very hard for you. It's very tough right now for you, group 1, to try to hone in on a solid decision. But it also feels like you're at a 50-50, or really trying to make things work out, or how you can make them work out, and what is this decision that you need to do, right? Because you're at a 50-50 in your heart area. And being at a 50-50, I know it's going to be really hard, and you're going to be stuck right now, just stuck right now on really what you need to do. But you need to drop your protection, drop any protection, or I call it the guards, actually. Drop the guard down and really just listen in on your heart. What does your heart truly want? What is your heart saying to you right now? What does it truly want? Okay? Because there needs to be some kind of a more on one end and less on the other. So left or right? Which side are you going to be on more, so that you can make a full decision? Do you really want something for yourself, this thing that you have had on your mind for a while? Or is this new opportunity something that you want to switch to? I feel like this has to do with more of a decision in regards to what is your liking, what is something that you prefer to have in your life, or who is this that you prefer to be with. Okay, so it's very personal to you in this situation or issue that you're going through, and having to come up with a decision for it. You're at a 50-50 because you want your whole cake, and you want to eat it too. You want to make the cake and eat it too, right? Like what they say. But there's going to be some kind of a sacrifice that you'll need to make, because you're not going to be able to get both of what you want. So right now, take a slow, deep breath. Yes, emotions are running high. Okay. That's why you need emotional protection that we just talked about a bit ago. Emotions are running high. You're not really sure which way to turn. And let's see, which way should you turn? Which way should you go? You obviously need to go in the way that your heart, group number 1, that your heart is feeling more towards, not what you benefit only, but what long term, what it means for you. It has to be a long-term decision, not a short-term decision this time. And I know it's been hard for you to not get quiet time, but right now there is a need for you to have quiet time. So nobody else comes in to give you influence. You don't need the influence right now. But what you need is to go back and meditate, to go back and listen to what you truly want to do. Where do you truly want to go? And who do you truly want to be with? This is a personal decision. So do not let anybody else come in and influence you. Now, they can give you suggestions, but only listen to as much as you need, right? They can give you, okay, this is what the weight is on this side, and then this is what the weight is on this side. But it will all go back to you making a decision. And the decision has to be connected to your heart, the spirit of yourself. You need to show the world the real you. You need to show the world what is it that you truly want and who is this real person inside. It's not the person that is trying to do something quick and then, now having to do another decision after that, right? I'm sensing for you, group one, that this decision is almost like a life changing decision. And why do I say that? Because once you make this decision, it potentially can shift you to where you're going to be living, to who you're going to be hanging out with, to what you're going to be doing as for a job or career in the later future. Maybe not right now for some of you, but for the others of you, it's going to be very dependent on that, on this decision that you're going to be making very soon here. Because what you make in this decision, what you decide to do, is going to determine the long term part of your life. So, yes, I know you're going to have to think about it very carefully. But at the same time, let's go back to the heart, okay? Let's go back to where it is that is abundant, where it is that is getting you to where you ultimately dream to be. I also pulled out this card right now. Prosperity lies ahead. So understand that you do need to be very bullish, okay? Very bullish, very upfront about what you want to do and where you want to go. So go back to yourself, listen to the heart, and know that this decision that you're going to make, yes, you're not going to get the best of both worlds at this time, but you will get most of it. So as long as you have 70 or even 65% of the both worlds, right, from both sides, and you're not going to get all of it, but 65%, understand that prosperity lies ahead. There's something prosperous that is going to happen for you. And because if you do this one decision, it's going and basing it off of your heart's desires, then you're going to ultimately get what you truly want at the end of the day. And this could be a couple years out, or this could be about 6 months out, but you will start to see that. But again, remember, this is long term, okay? Long term. Fairy climax approaches. So there could be something that feels like it's burning, like a burning need to really make this decision sooner than later. And because it's very dependent on also the timing of how everything is going to be falling into place. And I know you want to also be very synchronizing when it comes to making decisions, group one. So I do feel that you are going to be basing and going back, listening to your heart's desires and basing it off of that, and not really what will benefit you. Okay, what will benefit you? You can think about that some way or somewhat, but when it comes to this moving forward piece and making a very important and emotional decision, right? Because this decision is very emotional for you. It also, um, pulling up a card here, autumn comes in. This is a time where things are falling out or falling down. It feels like that. It feels like they're falling down, but really what it is it's a beginning for you. Let it fall, whatever that needs to, whatever energy needs to, right? But you're going to get back up, and this is going to be a time of you resting as it falls out, and then you're going to start up again in a new phase, in a new place, right? I do feel like you're going to be willing to move forward in the decision and not try to stay back if that makes any sense. And understand that you are good enough, and that whatever that you do, whatever decision that you make, you're going to be able to move forward in prosperity. Be very bold about your decision once you make it, and everything's not going to go perfect, but in your heart, in its desires, whatever you're seeing that image for you, right? The dream decision, the dream life that you feel like you want to have, or this dream career, whatever that may be, just know that there's going to be some prosperous abundance flowing into that direction, and the universe is going to be supporting you. On the soul level, from a 0 to 10, I see you leaning towards like a 7, 8 in moving forward. Like I had just said, that I see you moving forward. I see you not holding back or staying back just because of the past, just because you've had this past, maybe not good experience, and it's been holding you back from making a decision. But now I feel like you're more sure about what it is that you want in your life, who it is that you want to be around or with, and that you're at a 70 or 75% of moving forward and moving along and getting things to a place where you feel that not comfortable, but a place that feels like you've got to really do what you had said to yourself that you would do maybe years ago for some of you. Okay. Let's let in a spiritual message. But before I do that, let's take a look at one last card here. The Fool card comes out, but the opposite or the reversed. So just know that whatever decision you make, I know in the past you maybe had some trauma on decision making and that it didn't work out a certain way. But now understand that if you were to make this decision going forward, even though now you're at a 50-50 currently, I do feel that in a not maybe in a couple days to a week here, there's gonna be a feeling of more surety for you. So at about a 70-75%, okay, on moving forward. So let's take a look and allow the spirits to channel in a message for you. So listen up. This is in the soul piece of you. Come along, dear one. There's no time to waste, and you know your pace is good now. Yes, you will have rest and rested. Once you get there, it will be a new and profound experience. The desire will be burning inside of you as it always had, but now you will feel it too, and very deeply and very brightly. Come to know the self now that can flow in a long range on a sunny day. Just know that prosperity is on its way. Though you may not see it now, you will see it soon in the day. Let us know what lies ahead. Let us see what lies ahead. And what we see is you, dear one, group one, those of you that are ready to grow. This is the time, as you already know. I'm going to stop right there. The universe knows and already knows that you're going to make this move moving forward. So there's no need to stop yourself or fear or doubt what is to come. Just understand that it's positively going to be a good one. Warmest blessings from Mastershamanpalichee. Warmest blessings. Welcome, group 2. If you've chosen 2 and the timestamp there, then this is going to be a shamanic soul reading for you. So you're going to listen up here and let's see what's coming up for you right now. And what does this have to do with, right? And if you haven't already, go out there to like, subscribe, and click on that notification button for me. All right. So here we go. First card. First card. And in this oracle message, nothing is set in stone right now. It can be so flexible right now with you in whatever that you're doing right now, especially I'm seeing career side. If you're willing to just take one step, group two, then there's going to be a bigger picture that's going to be right in front of you that you will be able to see more clearly and further as well, like more long term. Okay. So right now, nothing is set in stone. Also, got getting the inner goddess card for you, group two. The inner goddess card says, it's Aphrodite, by the way. So it says, awaken the goddess within you through dance, self care, and appreciating your divinity. This also translates into being willing to take that one step, like I just said. If you just took the one step, the universe is very flexible with you, group two, and they're willing to steer you in a synchronizing direction or a synchronizing energy so that you can actually meet or something could come into your path that is very synchronizing with your energy. Okay. Remember, energy is everything that's in your life. So if you are to be dancing like the card says, right, or giving yourself some self-care, you can up level or up your vibrations, up your energetic vibrations, and be able to start to see the picture clearly on really what it is that you truly want to go in, like the direction or what you really want to do, as in choosing something to do or become someone that you haven't been yet, right? That you've been desiring to become. Perhaps you just want to be yourself. And for some of you, it's already difficult to become yourself or to know who this person is of the self. So sometimes you're going to have to retreat and recharge. Okay, this card came out. Retreat and recharge yourself so that you can go back and listen to your heart's desires, go back and listen to what your mind is telling you, but at the same time, balance that with your heart's desire to give yourself that recharge or that connection with the universe, that connection with your um, deepest desire that maybe was put away or put on the back burner for quite some time now. Also, this card comes out. Be brave and honest. Sometimes for to become honest with yourself or others takes a person to really not become a coward, right? Not be cowardly, to be honest, right? Being honest sounds really easy, but sometimes it is fairly hard for someone to do, especially if they are not used to it. If they are fearing, if they are doubting themselves, then they're going to feel like they can't be honest, right? They're going to feel like as though um it's very difficult for them to be honest, because if they are, what if they have to be now feeling shameful of something that maybe they did or that they couldn't do? So that could also exude out the energy of someone being dishonest. And the fairy climax approaches, group two. This also states that there's something pressing that is coming your way, like a decision or perhaps even a discussion that could lead to a little bit of heat in that discussion. But what it's really ultimately going to entail is that it's going to shift the personal issues, shift you seeing how the personal issue can be resoluted, seeing that how you can change up the energy of the self so that your resolution can also change as well in a good way, right? In a good way. Group number two, I'm also seeing from the soul piece of you, some of you are having a difficult time to making a decision when it comes to career or personal preferences. Okay. But we want you to know this, and this came in. Though right now you don't feel like there's an infinite supply of goodness coming to you, and that you may have done some things that maybe are um, not so honest, but the universe wants to let you know through spirit that that you are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows on whatever it is that you need. So you don't even have to worry or fear that there may not be enough love, enough abundance, enough prosperity, enough of anything that you've been desiring in your life. Because fear is the one that makes it feel very limiting, makes it feel like there's no more supply or there's very little supply of something, right? Like, for example, very little supply of happiness. So understand that and be reassured that you have an infinite supply of anything that you need. You just have to be willing to say yes. And guess what? We pulled out the Oracle card in this shamanic soul reading, in this Oracle message. Wait for important information. Right now, you are dwindling in some information that you have, and maybe it came in or it was more logical information. And this logical information may not be helping you to make the decision that you need to make. So I want you to go back to the heart's core. Go back and listen in on what is it that you wanted at one certain point in time. Maybe this could have been 3 to 5 years ago, right? Allow in faith that can answer your prayers. You already know that you've been trying to use logic. For some of you, maybe some of you are very intuitive, and you've been trying to hone in on your intuition to see if there's a miracle that can just pop up for you. And that would be like the universe telling you, hey, it's ready time. It's time and it's ready and you're ready to go. This is the green light, right? For some of you, it may be waiting for the miracle to open up to you or the message. And that's using logic for that as well as using intuition. But let's say if something is distracting you on the way and you have no idea what it is, but it's been a big distraction in your life and it has not been going smooth, then I can very well say that that may not happen the way that you think. And perhaps these distractions are the key and the message for you to say it's time for you to go, right? It's time for you to let it happen. Will you let it happen? This is the challenge, right? If something good is about to happen, here's your challenge. Will you be willing or more than willing to take on the challenge? And then that is your green light. Here we go. Pulled up the ego card for you guys. Group 2. What this says is see from a high perspective. It goes back to what I just said. Maybe one perspective is I'm going to wait for the message to come in and it's going to be a good message. It's going to feel good and it's going to tell me to go. It's going to give me the green light. But also, we have to see life and its messages in different perspectives, right? It can be like what I just said, a distraction that comes through. You're not, maybe something happened with the car. Now you have to fork out some money to fix the car. Maybe perhaps you were trying to book a trip and then the booking didn't go well, or you have to now fight for something that you clicked on and it wasn't what you intended to, but now you have to deal with maybe customer service or somebody like that to remove that, and then whatever it is that you did in the booking. Or perhaps there's something that a friend had said to you and you thought that that was not a good thing, and perhaps it's not, right? It's negative, but you want to look at it from a different perspective. Why did the person actually say this to me on a more spiritual level? Why did this come up in that conversation, right? And because you're looking at it from a different perspective or a different lens, this negative comment could also mean that it brings you to doing something positive. It brings you to feeling the fire, the passion right? For example, if you're trying to go into some kind of sport, but your parents, maybe one of the parents is very negative in seeing that you could even do good in that sport, they could potentially say, "Hey, that's not going to work out for you. I don't see you doing that at all. This is what I see you doing." Right? But then you keep seeing yourself doing that only. So what does that mean? That could also mean that the parent has to say that from their point of view, they have no idea why they say that, right? Or maybe they just thought negative. But from a spiritual point of view, we can say a parent could have said that to you so that you feel very down, and it's to challenge you if this is ultimately what you truly want, right? If doing that certain specific sport is what you truly want, for example, soccer, or being really good at some martial arts, or being really good at singing, right? They're going to disappoint you or discourage you through just maybe their automatic, habit or whatever, right? Maybe it's a bad habit, but this is what's coming towards you so that you can see if this is really what you want. The universe wants to challenge you at times. So they're going to bring in distracting comments or people or, situations that come in that becomes very challenging for you to get through. Because it's saying, do you really want to do this one thing? Or are you going to now back up because this challenge came through and now you have to go through a couple obstacles to get through it? Going through the obstacles, is this going to say, is it going to make or break it for you, right? And for some people in this group too, it's going to break it, right? But for others of you, you're going to say, nope, no matter what happens, I'm still going to go forward. I'm not going to listen to the negative. I'm going to only listen to the positive. And that's what you need to do. I pulled up another card here for you, the drum card. In this oracle, it feels like there's a need to get going, a need to get moving on your dreams, in your journey, flowing freely into your synchronicities and not really listening to anybody else and what they think. Because sometimes what everybody else thinks may not be what you really feel. Only you know yourself the best. Only you know that you can do something or cannot do something. Even though you may have doubts, you can know that you can do it or that you can't. Because your heart is there. You are feeling your heart, right? And with my group 2, I'm feeling like your heart knows what it wants right now. On a level of 0 to 10, you're at about a 5, 6. So at least you're past the middle line, right? And it may not be fertile for the last couple of times that you've tried something, but you didn't go all the way, group 2. You did not go all the way with it. You stopped in the middle or maybe even at the forefront. But right now, the fertility card comes out. And the fertility card wants to let you know in this oracle that it's the perfect time for you to start new projects, accessing new ideas, and give birth to new conclusions. Don't give yourself the conclusions that you had in the past. Let that all go. Right now is the time for you to really just let it go. We're not back in the past anymore. We are moving forward, right? We get the Jack of Hearts as I say this. And listen in on your passion. The passion is something that you can do all day long and that you're not going to get tired of it. I've said this plenty of times on the channel, but I want you to, group 2, for those of you that don't know or hasn't listened in on any videos on the channel, and this is your first time, understand that when I say this, I truly do mean it, and that this Jack of Hearts right here just confirmed to us that it always goes back to your heart. The journey, whatever journey that is, spiritual journey, life journey, it goes back to what the heart wants. Because even if you try to do something separate and it makes total logical sense for you and it's going to benefit you in all these certain ways, guess what? You're going to back up and then come back and do what your heart desires. Even though you're not making a dime. Okay. But guess what? If you do what your heart's desire and you do it with consistency, new prosperity is going to appear for you or beyond before you. Fertility is going to be so fertile for you that you're not going to understand how it became this way. Because the thing is that when your energy synchronizes with your destiny, with your purpose, with what you need to be doing, it will go smoothly for you no matter how you do it, no matter how you look at it. Group 2. I'm going to stop right here. If this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, drop a comment down below and tell me how it did. Warmest blessings from Mastershamanpalichee. We'll talk to you soon. Warmest blessings to group 3. And we are going to do an oracle reading or shamanic soul reading for you today to see what it is that you need to know at this time. If you can do me a quick favor to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button, that would be great. And I would appreciate you for doing so. It's totally free in helping to support the channel in that way. Also, at the end, if it all makes sense to you and it resonates in any way, shape, or form, please drop a comment down below and let me know how it did. All right, here we go. And pulling up the first card here. Just getting a sense of your soul energy, group number 3. And here we go. Right now, it goes into what is it that you're trying to do personally, right? Your dreams. Your dreams need a practical plan. It feels like you have a dream. You have some kind of a passion already in mind. And if you don't, for some of you, then you have an inch of what that is, right? You know what you can stand and what you cannot stand doing. So my group number 3, you guys are sort of ahead on knowing what it is that you really want to do, but you don't have yet a practical plan to doing it. You have somewhat of a plan, and maybe perhaps that plan, you kind of tried it out a little bit and it didn't really go as what you thought because the plan wasn't fully practical, right? Is there realistic things that you can do? There are realistic steps that you can take to get to that plan. Group number 3. Right now, this is the energy that is flowing around you, okay? The sensitivity energy, the energy that feels like, it's hard for you to make the plan practical, even for you to even draw out the steps to this plan, right? It's even hard for you to face anything that can be a little bit harsh, can also hurt you emotionally. So then the plan kind of goes down the drain, right? But you have it in your head that this is really what I want. But that's the most important piece. For some others, they don't even know what they truly want. They still have to find it. They still have to go out and search for this thing, right? Or have some kind of a experience, right? Experiment with these experiences so that they can know what their passion is. But when it comes to that, you are able to draw that out. You are able to know what you want. But then again, emotionally, it feels very tough for you to really stick to that plan or stick to a plan. Here we go. We just got right here the Shield Maiden. And see what this oracle says? Make plans and focus, right? Your emotions are running high, so it's not allowing you to focus fully on the plan, whether that's just somewhat of a plan that you have. But if you want to go back into a more practical plan, then yes, take many steps. Take the many steps or make the many steps to that plan and focus. The hardest part for you is that you have what you want to do, but you cannot focus because you're drawn this direction and that direction. And now you want to do all these other things with the plan, right? Let's say this. You come up with a very simple plan. Like step 1, I'm going to, put out a video. It doesn't even have to be perfect on YouTube, right? Or step 2, And then going to step 2, I'm going to do this one not perfect video once a week. Okay, super simple, right? If you're very vigorous, then you can say, okay, I'm going to try to do this video, on a Monday and Thursday or something like that, right? But really it goes back to the energy of your body, your whole vibration. Are you in it? And if you are emotionally distraught or emotionally brought to, 10 years ago when something not good happened, like some kind of trauma, when you started to post a video and then it didn't go well, or you got, maybe negative comments and things like that, then perhaps you are traumatized by that time. And I don't want you to go there because that's where you don't need to be right now, group 3. Where you need to really be is focusing. We get the 3 of spades. 3 of spades. And pulling up another card. The soul part of your energy. Wow, we get the 4 of hearts. The soul part of your energy feels as though it's really hard for you to break out of that habit by this time. The habit of really trying to focus, but then you're not able to be productive. You're not able to just focus in on that one thing because you keep going back to the emotions about it. But the part of you that gets you going and keeps you running is going to be that passion. When you think about something, the fire is there. You think about your passion, the fire is there. It is still there. But it's just very small, like a little tiny flame, right? From a 0 to 10, you're at about a -3 about how you think about yourself and how you judge yourself and how you can see yourself doing this. You're at about a -3. And that tells me that it's not that you're not confident, but it's that because you are very hurt. And when you're very hurt to doing your passion, it's not going to happen. Though you even have a plan and it's all drawn out and everything is there, but you're not going to do it, right? You can be also angry with yourself that you didn't get yourself to doing something earlier, and now you're doing it on the back end, or actually at the late end. But you have to know this. I just pulled this card out. Conclusions are within reach. Okay. Conclusions are within reach. There is like a full moon eclipse, and what that really means for you on the soul level is that whatever that you had been sitting in, this maybe a moping energy or an energy of, oh, I don't think I can do it now because I'm late in the game. All this energy is going to go away because of this eclipse of the heart. If you are able to sense that, you can go from today being, oh, I have a plan, I have a passion, but I didn't do it. I feel really low about it. I feel like I am not capable because of this. You can go from this feeling and vibration right now today to tomorrow feeling, oh, I can get up. It's a whole new day. Now I can get that one video done, and then I can get maybe 2 more videos done to put out next week, and I could do this. You can go from 360 degrees on that if you truly wanted to, group 3, because you are able to doing that. You can switch it off like that because that's how much you're passionate about what you're doing, what you want to show others that you're doing and being real about, right? But once you do it, you will also be very graceful about it. You will be, the reason why you're graceful is because you know what you want. And that's the most important thing that most people can't even get to, is to know what they want. Once you know what you want and you actually do it, it's going to be coming off very gracefully, very, I would say, very wonderful for you. It's going to feel wonderful. It's going to feel like the action is very smooth because you know what you want. You don't have to wait for somebody to tell you what to do or to wait for you to try to see if that's clear to you, because you have it in your head. Somewhat, it's somehow clear in your head, but you just have to continue to do some things some of these things, right? And be focused so that the focus can become even more clearer once the action starts to run, right? The momentum. You are a magical person and you are able to do what it is that's in your head right now that you are not doing. It just takes you to take the action, to be willing to say yes, and to be positive. Focus your intention. Again, it goes back to focus. Focus your intention. What is the intention of you actually doing this one passion that you have in your head? What is that? What does that look like for you if and when you get it done? If you see the picture there, then it's so obvious from a spiritual and soul standpoint that once you do it, it's going to turn out, if not the same, just very similar to that, right? So very close to it. But you are letting emotions run you down. These emotions go deeper into a personal situation that you've had and personal, I'll say, bad talking in your head. I'm going to let in a spirit message right now to you, group number 3. So listen up. Deep breath with me. And we're going to clear out some negative or not great energy, right? We're going to remove some of that out with the Make It Rain candle, because we're going to make it rain. Healing in through the candle, through the manifestations and the oracle. Listen up here, group 3. Seize your opportunities, group 3. Why do you wait? There's no better day that will come. There's no better way that will come. The way is when you start. The day is when you start. With you waiting for that perfect time, it will only get you to start later and later and later. And you will feel heavy, like as if you've drawn yourself out way too far and long. The more you wait, the weight is on. Lessen that weight by taking action upon your passion, your purpose, but have yourself emotionally in your own intention. What is your intention to doing so? To doing what you know you love? Come back, dear ones, and sing a song that makes you feel loved. All it is you lost this love, the love you've been longing for. Come back to yourself. Embrace yourself with a hug. The universe loves you. Take a slow, deep breath. Indulge yourself in this healing message from the celestial benevolent spirit guides above. And I'll stop here and leave you with that very special message, group 3. If this resonated with you, please go down in the comments below and drop a comment for myself and our spirit guides here. Warmest blessings, and we'll talk soon.